In the fading days of April 1945, the world witnessed the unraveling of a once mighty leader, Adolf Hitler. A storm of chaos brewed within him. Hitler summoned his secretary, Gertrude Jung, to pen his final will. Tears streamed down Trottle's face as she recorded Hitler's bewildering words.
Du ist uns verschrieben und verfallen mit Leib.
Denying blame for the bloodshed and foretelling their shared demise within 24 hours. As early as 1943, Hitler sensed the approaching shadows of defeat, clinging to the fragile hope of peace talks. But 1945 ushered in a harsh reality. The Soviet Red Army, led by Joseph Stalin, inched closer to Berlin, and victory slipped through Hitler's grasp. January's toll of 450,000 German lives surged to an additional 280,000 in the following months. A stark testament to the Nazis' stubborn refusal to accept defeat. February painted a grim picture in Hungary as German morale plummeted. The enemy's numerical advantage and the battle on German soil cast a pall over the weary soldiers. Germans fled their homes, and a lone woman's words echoed the desolation. The world is a very lonely place, without family, friends, or even the familiarity of a home. By April 16th, Soviet forces breached Berlin, gunfire echoing through the once vibrant city. Desperation led some to scavenge for food, but the Nazis persisted in brutality, releasing prisoners and executing dissenters.
Gloat.
Even the Hitler Youth, faces masked by oversized helmets, engaged in a surreal dance of defiance against the looming enemy. The question lingered, why did the German resistance persist? Historian Max Hastings proposed an answer. The Germans feared no mercy from the advancing Red Army. Resistance became a choice between defiance and facing certain death. The Germans feared no mercy from the advancing Red Army. Resistance became a choice between defiance and facing certain death.
Links vom Führer, Generalmajor.
As Berlin crumbled, Hitler's fleeting hope in President Roosevelt's death vanished, leading to a breakdown on April 22. Accusations of betrayal and intense anger marked the day he acknowledged defeat. Despite his declining health, Hitler made a final appearance, commending Hitler Youth members with a trembling hand clasped behind his back. Returning to the bunker, Hitler prepared for his end, marrying his mistress, Eva Braun. In her last days, Eva hid valuables and expressed disbelief in God. Meanwhile, inner circle members like Hermann Göring planned escape. Enraging Hitler, Martin Bormann chose to stay, witnessing Hitler's demise, while Joseph Goebbels, the propaganda minister, made a final plea for resistance. On April 27, Hitler learned of Himmler's attempt to negotiate surrender. Enraging him, Hitler hastily married Eva, On April 27th, Hitler learned of Himmler's attempt to negotiate surrender. Enraging him, Hitler hastily married Eva on April 28th, the ceremony devoid of festivity. Hitler's barber, August Wallenhop. Hitler's barber, August, sensed the somber mood as Hitler cautioned against falling into Russian hands. Hitler's health declined, relying on 28 medications. Witnesses described him as a ghost-like figure, seemingly unaffected by bomb terrors. News of Mussolini's death and the fall of Dachau heightened Hitler's fear, contemplating the Soviet army's destruction of Berlin. In these final days, Hitler summoned Traudl, who later claimed ignorance about Nazi atrocities. Hitler stressed preventing his body from Soviet hands. Junger transcribed his will, Hitler stipulating cremation, art to Linz, and assets to Nazi Party. Hitler's testament, signed at 4 a.m. on April 29, accused Himmler and Göring, emphasizing racial laws and resistance against international Judaism. Witnesses Goebbels, Bormann, Bergdorf, and Krebs met their demise as the SS destroyed documents. Hitler's dogs were poisoned. Braun preferred the bunker's end, and Hitler bid farewell through silent handshakes. Goebbels announced Hitler's death on April 30th, both cremated amid ongoing fighting. In the aftermath, Lieutenant David Fraser witnessed continued bloodshed, expressing hope for an end to such atrocities. The story concluded in the smoldering ruins of Berlin, a cautionary tale etched into history pages. If you found this journey into history intriguing, be sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more captivating stories from the past. Until next time, I'm your host, and this is History Unveiled at History World. Signing off.